Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Le'akim out there, pushing His word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so He can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be centered around this wicked holiday that's being celebrated today, known as Thanksgiving, where you have the Americans and shit, and a lot of people all throughout the earth celebrating what? The acquiring of the land of America. You know, but the dark side to this wicked holiday is what, man? It was all done through mass genocide of the Northern Kingdom. You see, so you have so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans celebrating this holiday, and they really don't understand what they're celebrating, or they do, but they just don't care. You see, because this land was gotten by way of rape, robbery, and murder, but you have the so-called white race, the Edomites, celebrating this day, you know, being thankful that they have this land. And they've got it by way of wicked means, man. This is not a day that should be celebrated by you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because this day is just a celebration of our people being slaughtered. It's not a day for the families, your families, to get together to celebrate. No, man. This is a celebration that Esau set up, you know, to commemorate the victory over the Northern Kingdom as he stole this country by way of rape, robbery, and murder. So we're gonna start here in a second, because I have some article I want to go into, and I bring this out from time to time because it's just the truth of the matter, man, of how this land was acquired. Now you have all these Edomites walking around in pride as if they've got this land by righteous means, and they just put, you know, work so hard to get everything they've acquired. No, man. No. You stole this land. So we're going to start here in 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. You see that? So when you hear the Hebrew Israelites calling out to the Lord for vengeance and recompense to be brought upon our enemies, that's a righteous thing, man. And that's exactly what the Most High tells you He's going to do when you go into prophecy. You see? He's going to exact vengeance upon the heathen nations that have destroyed His people, beginning with you Edomites. You see, it says what? And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven with His mighty angels and flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah. But the main point I wanted to get, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. You see, and it's funny how when we call out to our power for vengeance and to exact, you know, revenge on our enemies, we're demonized. But you have those Israelis over there in the land of Israel right now committing mass genocide, and you have the world standing on their side. They ain't being demonized. You see? They're being celebrated. You see the hypocrisy? All the wrongs that have been done unto our people here in this land, when we call for vengeance from our power, we're hateful, we're bigots, we're racist, we're this and we're that. But you don't hear those same things being said about those Israelis, now do we? But we're gonna go ahead to this article. So like I said, I have an article that I've brought up from time to time, and it's a very insightful article to let you know what actually took place to get this land, man. And it actually puts numbers, to some of these events that took place to show you the magnitude of the savagery, of what took place with our Northern Kingdom brothers, man, our Hispanic and Native American brothers, because we are brothers. We are the same people. You see, but here and up under Esau, our nation has been pitted against each other, man. That's why you got tensions between so-called black people and Hispanic people, so forth and so on. And that shouldn't be a thing, but we know that's all a part of the curse. But I want to get, where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Because there's so much in this article. I just want to read a portion of it. Oh yeah, let's start here in 1900. So the name of this article is what? Genocide of Indigenous Peoples. Now we're going into the what? Indigenous peoples of the Americas, and we know that these are the Israelites, as it tells us in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 13. The Northern Kingdom left from the Assyrian captivity, you see, and they came here to the land of America by way of ships, led here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. They were here, you see, dwelling in this land that no man ever dwelt in. No one lived in this land until the Israelites came here to live after the Assyrian captivity, right? Now it goes on to say, as we go back down, it says what? By 1900, the indigenous population in the Americas declined by more than 80%, and by as much as 98% in some areas. The effects of diseases such as smallpox, measles, and cholera during the first century of colonialism contributed greatly to the death toll, while violence, displacement, and warfare against the Indians, which are Israelites, by colonizers, which are Edomites, contributed to the death toll in subsequent centuries, as detailed in American philosophy from Wounded Knee to present. So you see that. All these diseases that we see here in the land of America, this wasn't a thing when Jake was over here dwelling by themselves. This sprung up once the colonizers, the Edomites, came to this land. And they brought smallpox and all type of STDs and different diseases that plagued our people, wiping them, decreasing the population to 80 and 98% in some areas, man. Now, it goes on to say, it is also apparent that the shared history of the hemisphere is one which is framed by the dual tragedies of genocide of the Northern Kingdom and slavery of the Southern Kingdom. Israelites. Matter of fact, that's prophecy, right? Because all of the tribes are suffered here in this hemisphere, in the land of North America, you see? Now, when we go here to Jeremiah 50 and 33, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah of hosts, the children of Israel, Northern Kingdom, and the children of Judah, Southern Kingdom, were oppressed together. Where? Here in the land of America. You see? The only other time that we were oppressed together was in ancient Egypt. All 12 tribes were in ancient Egypt. And this is why America is known as what? Spiritual Egypt. Because this is the place where all 12 tribes are being held in captivity or being oppressed here. Just like it was during the time of our captivity in ancient Egypt. This is the only place that all 12 tribes were, only other place where all 12 tribes were in captivity together. You see, this is one of the prophecies that let us know that America is Babylon the Great. You see, if you have ears to hear, whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. But he goes on to say, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah of hosts, Jeremiah 15:33. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast They refused to let them go. And here we are still to this day in the hand of our enemies, still in captivity. You see? And it's documented, man. You see? It is documented. They never let us go. They never took us back to the land that the Most High promised unto our fathers. And they will never do it. And this is why we're calling out to the almighty power Yahweh through the name of his son Yahweh Shai to do what? To come and save us from the hand of our enemies. Because that's the only way we're getting up out of here. It's by being delivered by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai according to biblical prophecy. Then it goes on to say, verse 34, their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. And this is what we see happening. All these events that we see taking place in the earth, the complete collapse and demise of America, it's all because what? The Most High is about to redeem his remnant. He's about to come and save 2/3 Salakia. No, he's about to come save the 1/3 of the nation of Israel from the land of America. Because Esau would not let us go, just like ancient Pharaoh before him. Another thing that shows that what? This is spiritual Egypt. And just like in ancient Egypt, the Most High is going to work mighty miracles and wonders on behalf of his remnant to deliver them up out of this place. You see? Just wanted to get that real quick. Now we go back. It says what? It is also apparent that the shared history of the hemisphere is one which is framed by the dual tragedies of genocide and slavery. You see that? Both of which are part of the legacy of the European invasions of the past 500 years. Now, who are these so-called Europeans? The Edomites, the so-called white race. This is history, man. Ain't no getting around it. The so-called white people who came over here and colonized these lands are the Edomites. You see? Let's get this real quick. Let's get another precept. What is it? I think that's in, yep. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Let's start at verse 1. It says what? Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, which goes into the rest. And who's in their rest right now? Esau, Edom. They're in their blessing that they received from our forefather Isaac. They're in their rest right now, right? And all they've done in their rest, in their kingdom, is devise iniquity and work evil. It says what? When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Because they have the power to do so right now, because they are in control of the earth. As it tells you in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, which are the Edomites. They're the ones who are ruling this, man, beginning with the chief house of Esau, which is Amalek, the Israelis. You see? Now, it goes on to say, verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his hedges. And that's what was done to acquire the land of America. It's the same, and they're doing the same tactics to acquire that sliver of land that they're in right now, you see, which they're calling the land of Israel. It's the same thing they were doing over here. This is what they do. Who's going all throughout the earth colonizing and taking lands that don't belong to them? Because when you go back into the creation story, or when the Most High divided the nations, he gave every nation a portion of land. But this man Esau, you see, being in his rulership, he's gone through all the nation's inheritances, which is their land, and he was taking portions of it. He's colonized Africa. He's all in Europe. You see, the land of America, the land of Israel, all these different lands that the Most High gave unto the forefathers of those nations for inheritances for their family. Esau is going through the earth and taking great portions of it, where all the best resources are. And guess how he's done it? By way of violence, robbery, deceit. And this is one of the many reasons his kingdom is going down. Because everything he's done in the earth has been by left-handed wicked means, man. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick, because it tells us what happens when you acquire things that way. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. It says what? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see that? From the inception of Esau's blessing, from the beginning of it, it has been by unrighteous means. Now we know that he was promised this. This is a part of his blessing. You see, but the way he started it was completely off. Rape, robbery, and murder. That's all this man is known for. Oh, and you know why this is? Well, hold on. Let me read this one more time. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. It says what? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is why we see this man's empire collapsing. You see, because the kingdom is being translated from the Edomites to the Israelites. We're about to come into our blessing. But the reason Esau has done these things the way he's done these things is because it's prophecy. This is what he was supposed to do. The Most High has this man in the trick bag, right? Because when you go to Revelation 6 and 4, it tells us what? And there went out another horse that was red, which represents Esau. The horse represents power. This is Esau and his power that we're reading about right here in Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And this is all Esau's done since he's come into power. There's been nothing but war, you see, ever since Esau has sat upon the throne. That's all it is. It says what? And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, which goes back to Esau's blessing that he received from our forefather Isaac. And by thy sword thou shalt live. And that's all. Esau's entire empire has been built upon rape, robbery, murder, and bloodshed. You see? And for them to acquire this land of America, that's exactly what was done. Great atrocities committed against the tribes, man. And they have to pay for that. They have to pay. You see? Let's get back to the article. Now it goes on to say, oh man, come on now. Don't do me like that. Let's see, where we at? You're right here. So let's start over. It says what? It is also apparent that the shared history of the hemisphere is one which is framed by the dual tragedies of genocide and slavery, both of which are part of the legacy of the European or Edomite invasions of the past 500 years. Indigenous people, both North and South, were displaced. So not only in North America, but Central and South America as well. That land was populated by a vast number of Israelites. So no, you did not discover this land. It was people already inhabiting this land. There were already people down there, were Israelites down there on the islands living it up in paradise. And you came and stole the land by way of the sword. Esau, this is what you've done. It says what? Indigenous, which we know are the Israelites, people both north and south were displaced died of disease, and were killed by Edomites through slavery, rape, and war. This is what you're celebrating today. The victory of, or let me say this, the genocide that Esau committed against our people. This is what you're celebrating today when you're carving that turkey. When you're around here yelling and shouting, Happy Thanksgiving. Talking to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is not a holiday for you to be celebrating, man. Shit, none of them are. But it says what? In 1491, you see, the year before Christopher Columbus got here, right? In 1491, about 145 million people lived in the Western Hemisphere. By 1691, the population of indigenous Americans or Israelites had declined by 90 to 95%, or by around 130 million people. You see that? And I can guarantee you it was more than that. But this is what you Edomites had to do to acquire this land, man. That's a great genocide. 130 million people slaughtered for you to have this land and for it to be built up the way it's built up today. This whole establishment of America is witness against you. You're guilty, man. You see, you shed the blood of the Israelites all throughout this land to have it looking the way it looks. All the roadways, all the railways, all these fucking cities and skyscrapers, all that is witness against you. Because once again, this land was inhabited by a vast number of Israelites before you got here. And by way of the sword, this is how you acquired the land, man. You see? It says what? It says, however, pre-Columbian population figures are difficult to estimate due to the fragmentary nature of the evidence. Estimates range from 8 to 112 million. Russell Thornton has pointed out that there were disastrous epidemics and population loss during the first half of the 16th century, resulted from incidental contact or even without direct contact, as disease spread from one American Indian tribe to another. And why? It's because Esau was spreading those diseases, man. Disease warfare. You see? These are some of the atrocities that were committed against our people. You see? This is what you're celebrating today. This is what you're celebrating today. It says what? Thornton has also challenged higher indigenous population estimates, which are based on the Malthusian assumption that populations tend to increase to and beyond the limits of food available to them at any particular level of technology. And that's bullshit, because there was an abundance of food here. All type of buffalo and deer. Jake could hunt. The Northern Kingdom was out here hunting and fishing. They had cities. They had the waterways set up to where they could funnel fish and catch them easily. So a lack of food, that's bullshit. Hundreds of millions of buffalo here, man. So there was no lack of food, and Jake kept moving all throughout this land as they followed the buffalo, giving land time to rest so it can replenish itself. So that's complete bullshit. There was no lack of food. These things were done, and if there was a lack of food, guess who caused it? Esau did. Because I'm pretty sure you can go find photos of Buffalo Bill where he was just riding on the fucking railway, just sniping buffalo to deprive Jake of a major food source, man. You see? Like I said, you can go watch a show. I mentioned a couple months ago. You can go watch a show, Hell on Wheels, when they was building that railroad through the country, displacing Israelites from their land. And then when the Israelites started to fight back, they wanted to call them what? Savages, Indians. They demonized them because they didn't want you putting a fucking railroad through the land that they lived in, through their home. You see? So for you to justify the slaughter of our people, you demonize them, man. And it's the same shit you do today. A dehumanization tactic. So you can be justified in slaughtering these people and no one will bat an eye. Call them savages. You see it. Hey, go watch Hell on Wheels. You see it in the show. Jake was tired of what? Esau killing our people. So they rose up and fought against Esau. Then you had like one of the first episodes where they're out there surveying the land to see how they're gonna let the railroad run or whatever. And Jake come up and they start to slaughter or put to death those Edomites out there. And they got a lot of them, right? Then you got the head guy of the railroad. He gets the press to come out and take the picture of the of after Jake had got busy on those Edomites. They take pictures, and to make it more dramatic, he starts to go and put more arrows into the bodies. You see? So they can paint the narrative. It's the same shit they do with their mainstream media today. And write this big ass headline, savages, whatever. I can't remember this exact headline, but I can guarantee you it was savages in there. And an Edomite woman went missing. You see? And that was more fuel for the fire. The fair-haired beauty of the West. So they can get sympathizers, so they can be justified in slaughtering our people. This is what Esau does, man. This nigga ain't changed. He's been doing this from the beginning. You see? This is what he's going to do to the Israelites here in these last days once again. You're going to see them demonize the Israelites so they can be justified in coming up against us. This ain't nothing new. He's done this before. You see? But we go on. It says what? According to geographers from University College London, the colonization of the Americas by Edomites killed so many people, approximately 55 million or 90% of the local populations, it resulted in climate change and global cooling. So he was just slaughtering Israelites. You go read Christopher Columbus's memoirs, he tell you he couldn't even put his sword down for an hour. That's how much killing or slaughtering or murdering they were doing, not killing, murdering they were doing when they got here. And that shit just continued on until they acquired all the land, man. And then they go and put the Israelites on a reservation. Well, you devils got a lot to pay for, man. It says what? UCL geography professor Mark Maslin, one of the co-authors of the study, states that the large death toll also boosted the economies of Europe. The depopulation of the Americas may have inadvertently allowed the Europeans to dominate the world. And do you know why? It's prophecy. It's prophecy. It was time for Esau to dominate the world, for him to come into his blessing. To have the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven from above, and live by that sword. And that's what he's done up until this day. But now here we are in the end of that blessing, and this man is going down. So it was all according to prophecy, man. It was all biblical prophecy that these things had played out the way they did. It was all the Most High's will for this to happen. They call it manifest destiny. We call it prophecy, man. We call it the will of the Lord, and that's just what it is. It says what? It also allowed the Industrial Revolution for Edomites to continue that domination because what? They were coming into the fullness of their blessing, which started at the Renaissance period, man. Then you go on to Spanish Christian colonization of the Americans. You see that? Americas. And you see the Spanish right here hanging Israelites and burning them as they hang. You see them right here bashing babies against the law. You see them in the back, completely slaughtering the Israelites. This is what they've done, man. This is what you're celebrating today. This is what you're celebrating. The mass genocide of your people. You see? And there's many more things they were doing. But we're here to let you know that you Edomites are going to have to pay for every single one of these Israelites that you slaughtered here. Whatever the number is. And like I said, I can guarantee you it was way more than what they're telling you. You see? So let's get scriptures, man. That's enough on the article. You get the point. But it tells us what, man? Because this land is completely defiled by the blood of the Israelites, man. So this is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. You see that? Blood defiles the land, and this is all you've done to acquire this land, man. Shed major amounts of blood of the Israelites. You see? Decimating 90% of the population that was here. So this land of America, North, Central, and South America, and the islands are completely defiled with the blood of the Israelites. Shed by you Edomites, right? So it says what? For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. You see? So this land is defiled by the blood of the Israelites, and the only blood that can cleanse this land is the blood of you Edomites. And this is why a great slaughter is going to be committed in this land by way of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. This is why Babylon the Great is going to be completely destroyed to never be inhabited again. For what you've done to acquire this land, for what you've done to the Most High's people. You see? This is the only way. And if any of you Israelites have a problem with that, man, guess what? You're going to be destroyed right along with Esau and his land. Since you want to side with the enemy, because these people are our enemies, man. So you Israelites think just because you have some type of liberty to move about how you want to somewhat, you think that you're free. Just because these Edomites laugh and smile in your fucking face, you feel like they're your friends. No, man, these people are the enemy. And you are never supposed to forget what they've done unto our people here in this land, man. But a lot of you Israelites have. Even some of the Israelites who know they're Israelites have forgotten what was done to our people here. Not the true believers though, man. Because we want vengeance to be brought upon our enemies, and that's exactly what's going to be done by the Most High, man. He's going to punish these fucking people. Let's show you. Amos 1 and 11, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Thus saith the Lord. You see that? We're not making these words up. This is what the Most High has proclaimed. Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. For 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because you have a great punishment coming upon you, Esau. The entire nation does. The entire nation of Edom has a great punishment coming for you. It says what? I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And the things that he's done to acquire this land of America is evidence, you see, of that. From the way he acquired the land, from what he from how he had the land built up upon free slave labor, that's his anger tearing perpetually against the Israelites. And you have a punishment coming to you for that. You're not going to get away. Like the scriptures tell you, the Most High will not at all acquit the wicked, man. You're not going to go unpunished. You see? You're not going to go unpunished. Let's Jeremiah 49 and 12. It says what? For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, talking about us Israelites, because we were set up to be gods on the earth, man. But to fulfill the Most High's will, we had to go into this low condition. To fulfill prophecy, we had to be put up under Esau's foot for him to live in his blessing as he's doing now. But it's never meant for us to stay. It's not meant for us to stay here forever, and this is why we see this man coming, being taken down, and the Israelites are being what? Exalted, beginning with the remnant. You see, it goes on to say what? Art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So just like the Israelites drank of that cup, of that harsh judgment from the Lord, you Edomites are going to do the same. You're not going to go unpunished. You're going to drink of the cup of the Most High's wrath, man. You see? And it tells us, verse 13, for I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that Basra shall become a desolation. And that's code for what? America. Because we know that Basra, which is in Esau's original dwelling place, Mount Seir, is going to be given over to the southern kingdom, man. So that land would never become desolate. It's going to become part of the promised land. The land that's going to become a desolation is the land of America for all the blood of the Israelites that was shed here. It says what? That Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, and a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. The Most High is going to destroy this land completely for what you've done unto his people here. You see? So go ahead and celebrate your Thanksgiving, man. Go ahead and enjoy that dry-ass turkey. You see? Them whack-ass collard greens and them goddamn punk-ass sweet potatoes. Go on and live it up. Enjoy it. You see? Enjoy it all. And Lord willing, this is the last one. But you damn devils are going to pay. And your land, your precious land of America, is going to be completely destroyed, man. Everything in it, completely desolate. Matter of fact, we're going to jump down a little bit. Verse 17 says what? Also Edom shall be a desolation, and everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. It's talking about America being destroyed. You see? Verse 18, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man, Salakia, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Once this land is destroyed, no one will ever dwell in this land ever again. You see that? This is what's coming for what you've done unto our people here in this land, man. You see? Let's get, because we can go on this. We're gonna get it. Let's go here. Matter of fact, before we get here, Isaiah 14 and 21 tells us what? Because there's a lot of judgment that's being pronounced against you Edomites all throughout these scriptures for all that you've done unto the Israelites. Now it goes on to say, Isaiah 14 and 21, it says what? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, you see? And what's the iniquity of your fathers? The things they've done to acquire this land, for you Edomites to live as you're living here. The things that you Edomites benefit from each and every day. You benefit from it because of what? Because of what your forefathers have done. You see? But it says what? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And this is what's coming for you Edomites. This is your judgment coming. Because you haven't received a punishment for the things that you've done. And you're really in the earth thinking that you don't have to pay for all this, for all the atrocities committed against our people. Because what do you love to say? Oh, still talking about slavery, get over it. It was so long ago. You're still talking about the land of America. If you don't like it, you can leave. Just walking around in the spirit of pride. And okay, you can be that way. But we're here to tell you that judgment is coming upon the entire house of Edom, man. You see? Now let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah 1. We can start at verse 9. It says what? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And that's what it's going to be when it's all said and done. Every single last one of you Edomites, after that first 1,000 years in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be cut off by slaughter. You see? You're going to be eradicated from the earth. And this is all the punishment that you're going to receive for what you've done unto us. And it goes on to tell you why you're going to be cut off by slaughter. Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Do you hear that? This is what's coming unto the entire house of Edom, man. So continue to walk in your pride, because we know and understand what your fate is, man. So we ain't tripping off of it. We're just letting you know what it's going to be according to the Most High's will, man. When you jump down to verse 18, it says what? And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, have spoken it. This is what it's coming to. You see? This is what it's coming to. The Most High hasn't forgotten what you've done unto his people. Hey, when it's time, he's going to allow his people to take vengeance on you, according to his anger and according to his fury. You see? There's a lot of judgment and end time prophecy for Esau, man. Matter of fact, let me grab this book real quick. Because it tells us, what is that book? The Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Real quick. Let's read this. Now, this is a book put together by Amalekian scholars, Edomite scholars, right? Now, it tells us something about Esau here in this book, the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, right? Now, when you go into this, to Edom, right? It says what? Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures. And are we not proving that? Is that not what's written? Are we not jumping back and forth, precept upon precept, to all the judgment that the Most High has laid out in prophecy that's coming to Esau and his entire nation? You see? So it says what? Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. Why? For what's been done unto the Israelites. It says what? See notably Isaiah 34 and 5. Let's get that real quick. It says, see Isaiah 34 and 5, right? It says what? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. And Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom, right? And upon the people of my curse to judgment. So the sword being bathed in heaven is talking about the nuclear missiles that are going to be fired to this land in the midst of World War III. This is the judgment that the Most High set to befall you Edomites here in the land of America. You see? Why? For what you've done unto his people here in this land. Now it goes on to say, verse 6, the sword of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs, which are Israelites, and goats, which are you heathen nations, namely you Edomites, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have a sacrifice in Basra, which is the land of America, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, once again, which is code for what? America, which is the chief dwelling place of you Edomites, man. And all of this has to be brought upon you once again for what you've done to the Most High's people here in this land. Verse 7 says what? And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and the land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. Why is the Most High doing this? It tells us, verse 8, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses, for the controversy of Zion. You see? It's all coming upon you for what you've done unto the Most High's people. This is the repayment. This is the payback. This is the Most High taking vengeance upon you Edomites for all the atrocities committed against us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here. These atrocities that you celebrate each and every year when it's time for this punk-ass Thanksgiving. You see? It goes on to say, verse 9, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and their dust into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch, by way of that nuclear fire, in the form of those 200 million thermonuclear warheads raining down upon this place. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke shall go up forever, from generation to generation it shall lie waste, and none shall pass through it forever and ever. The land of America is going to become the greatest desert on the planet Earth. That's the punishment set to befall the inhabitants of America. Beginning with you Edomites and 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who refuse to repent. Now, what's another one we read about? So we got the Isaiah 34. Then it goes into Isaiah 63:1. And this goes into the return of Yahushua. You see, at his second coming, he's coming to visit you Edomites, man. You see? To repay you once again for what you've done unto his people. When we got the article, it's all in your history books. It's been well documented what has been done unto the Israelites here in this land. It's well documented. You make movies about it. You see, you boast in it. So when the Lord Yahushua makes his second coming, guess what he's coming to visit? He's coming to visit you Edomites here in the land of America, as it tells us in Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that coming from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. This is our Lord Yahushua coming back in his full power and glory to take vengeance on you Edomites. Verse 2 says what? Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. So Yahushua is coming to commit a great slaughter here in the land of America by destroying you people. And he tells you why. Verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. This is what's on Yahushua's mind right now, man. He's in the spirit of taking vengeance upon our enemies for what they've done unto us. Verse 5. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered, and there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. And that's what's going to be done here in the land of America when the Lord Yahushua returns. And it all goes back to what? Vengeance being brought upon you Edomites, man. It goes on to say, so it says what? Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. And we got the scriptures that go into that. And there's more than that. You see, it says what? She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who is not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. Why? It's because they have to pay for what they've done unto our people. You see? And it's not just what happened here to us here in the land of America. It goes all the way back to the garden, man. You see? It goes all the way back to what Amalek did unto us when we first came out of Egypt. They warred against us, man. They have to pay for what they've done unto us as when the Babylonians came and sacked Jerusalem. They have to pay for what they done unto us when they were calling themselves the Greeks, when they were calling themselves the Romans. They have to pay for all that, man. You see? And they will not go unpunished. Let's get more. Let's get Ezekiel 35 and because I can actually read this whole chapter, but I won't. You can go read it yourself. This is more judgment being brought upon you Edomites, man. Let's get this right here. Ezekiel 35 and 5, it says what? Because thou hast had perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And this is what's coming to you Edomites. A great slaughter is coming from on high, man. Great judgments are going to be brought upon you for what you've done unto the children of Israel. It says what? Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men in thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers, and they shall fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. And this is what's coming. You see? Oh, let's get one more. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, will I even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. You see? And this is what the prophets are here to let you know. That judgment is coming to you Edomites for what you've done unto us. And we're going to continue to tell you this. And this is why we see them trying to crack down on the internet so they can stop this truth from coming out. So they can try to shut the mouths of the prophets who are pronouncing this judgment unto them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You see? But there's nothing that you can do to stop it. This has been set in motion from the beginning. You devils are going to pay. You are going to pay. Point blank, period. Now let's get this one. And I'll wrap it up, man, because the point is being made. Judgment is coming for you devils, man. So Ezekiel 25 and 12. It says what? Edom. There's judgment written all throughout these scriptures against you Edomites. But this nigga Vocab Malone is talking about the Edomites are done away with. How is that? When there's prophecies that still need to be fulfilled, you see, when it comes to Esau receiving the punishment from the Lord. You see? These devils haven't received their punishment. They've been living it up in the earth. They're in their blessing. They're in their rest. But this time is coming to an end. And this is why you see Israelites waking up all throughout the earth, because that signifies the downfall of Esau. This is why you're seeing so many chariots in the heavens. This is why you're seeing so many natural disasters in the earth. 2,000 earthquakes in a day. You see? All type of mass judgment, 50 and 60 and 70,000 people being put to death at a time. And it's just going to ramp up because this signifies the end of this man's kingdom. You see? His blessing is expiring each day that passes by. You see? And we're about to come into ours where, we're finally going to get our hands on these devils. So we don't have to do nothing out of turn. We don't have to do nothing out of order. Because we already know what it is. The Most High has told us. We're going to be able to exact vengeance upon these devils when that time comes. But until then, all we're commanded to do is preach this word. And that's what we're going to do. Because we see that there's power in this, man. All we've done was speak the words of the Almighty God, Yahweh, and shit is being changing in the earth. So we're going to continue to follow the Most High's program because we know it all leads up to us coming into power. And then that's when it's going to be on. That's when we're going to be on you fucking devils next. And we will not let up. Just like you didn't let up off of us, man. Still to this day. To this day. Like Deontay Wilder said. You see? Ezekiel 25 and 12, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Thus saith the Lord power. These are not our words that we're speaking. These are all the words that the Most High spoke through the mouth of the prophets. His mouthpieces, right? You see? Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because that Edom, you so-called white people, have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it. This is what's coming upon you, devils. See, we ain't gonna be in that spirit of Saul when that time comes, or sparing you. Nah, we gonna fulfill the Most High's will to perfection. You see, we gonna cut off man and beast from you Edomites, man, because hey, the entire nation, lineage and family tree of Esau Edom is gonna be plucked out of the earth to be no more in remembrance, man. This is the Most High's will. This is what every day that passes by leads to. And guess what? We would have it no other way. Call halayim la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says what? Thus saith the Lord of power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it. And I will make it desolate from Teman, and there of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see that? So all that shit that you've done unto us, it's coming back upon you. You see? Not according to our anger and according to our fury, but according to the Almighty's anger. According to the Almighty Yahweh's anger and fury, man. We're going to be destroying you Edomites in perfection in the kingdom of heaven. This is what you have to look forward to. So we ain't tripping off of you celebrating Thanksgiving. We just going to let you know that, hey, just like you're celebrating this, judgment is going to be brought upon you for what you've done to acquire everything that you've acquired. Judgment is coming for you devils, man. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that out real quick. Lord willing, it was edifying to the elect, because that's what we do it for through the Holy Spirit. Yeah, let them celebrate. Let them live it up. We know what awaits these people according to the Most High's will, man. You see? Great judgments, death and destruction. Punishment at the hand of the Most High's people when that time comes. And we're going to continue to let you know what it is according to according to the will of the Most High. And so with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.